Hi and welcome to Foodoku. Foodoku, I hear you say? Yeah, that's right. It's a mixture of food and Sudoku. Hopefully it's going to give you some fun watching this puzzle. What is it? What could it be? Well, you may have seen this game called Sudoku. Hold up here, it's like a grid pattern. And usually when I try to get people interested in this game, they say, I don't like maths or I'm no good with numbers. But actually, it's nothing to do with maths or numbers. We just happen to use numbers as placeholders for logic. So today I'm going to show you how to fill in this grid, okay, using items of food, and that's why it's called Foodoku. Right, so what happens is in Sudoku, normal or any other type, you have columns down here and rows across, okay? And so what we need to do is fill in usually 1 to 9 in a column or in a row or in one of these red boxes that I've got marked out here. Okay, 1 to 9 because there are 9 squares. But we don't have numbers today. We're going to be using items of food, and that's how we're going to play the game. So without further ado, let's get on and see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go with Foodoku, and let's see what objects we're using in place of numbers, because remember, Sudoku is not about a numbers game, it's just about 9 things. So this is what we're going to look at now. So we've got tomato, egg, chili, garlic, tangerine, baby corn, cookie, lime, and mushroom. These are our objects that we're placed. So if you have a look at the board, the Sudoku board, you'll see these objects are already, because we always get some numbers in place, right? This is hopefully an easy level puzzle. I don't know yet, but it's supposed to be an easy level puzzle. But of course, normally we see lots of numbers, but today lots of food items. The object is to get through before either the ants invade the board or I get too hungry and decide to eat most of the food. Right, so when we have Sudoku, we look for patterns. That's how we find things. So we usually look for things that are missing, right? So look, if we look along this row here, we can see there are only 2 things missing, so that might be a good place to start. So if we look through and decide what's missing, actually I can see that we don't yet have a tomato in this row, do we? We have no tomato, but look, I see a tomato right next to that square there. So that's pretty easy to find. So I think our first object to fill in is a tomato in this row. So I'm going to place it. Now there's only one more item to get in that row, so we just look through and see what's missing. And I think we can see that what's missing is garlic, by the looks of it. So I think that looks like it. So let's get some garlic. Remember, we've got only 9 objects, 9 of each, total of 81 objects, but 9 of each type. So where else can we look? Well, I noticed, let's look at this row here again, because there are only 2 empty squares in that row. So now, like similar to we had the tomato very close to that empty square there, we have a tangerine very close to this empty square here. In fact, it's in the same box, right? We have to look at the boxes. It's in the same box, and so we cannot put the tangerine here. Remember, a tangerine can appear only once in each of these squares, in these 9 squares. So a tangerine will have to go over there. Okay, now there's only 1 empty square in this row, right? So what is it? What object is missing? I think it's a chili pepper, right? So I think let's get a chili pepper and fill up that square. Right, okay. Remember, we only have 1 object in each square in a row can only appear one time, and in each column only one object can appear each time, and within each section. So that's the rules of Sudoku. In case you're just joining us and wondering what's going on here, we have to place the objects so that they fit in uniquely. We have to look and study the patterns. What you might notice is garlic. Do you like garlic? It's pretty strong. But what you might notice is this. We have, if we think about this sector here, this segment here, we have garlic in this row already, and we have garlic in this row already, nearly broken egg, which means that garlic will have to appear somewhere in the middle, right? But look, we have an intersecting garlic here, and another piece of garlic here. That's a lot of garlic, which means that that square there is the only place where we can put garlic. Okay, now we've got to keep looking around for patterns. What do we see? What do you see? Do you see mushrooms? In particular, around here. Let's see, we have a mushroom in this box here, mushroom in this box here, but we don't yet have a mushroom in this box here. But if you look along the columns, like so, you'll see mushroom is forbidden here and here and here and here. So there's only one space to place our mushroom. Are you getting hungry yet? How about tomato in this box here? Have a look and see if anything looks like it might be able to define where a tomato goes in this box here. Do you see a tomato here and a tomato here? So remember, if we look along the columns like so, this tomato blocks these three squares, and this tomato blocks this square. So that's the only square in this box here where a tomato can go. I'm going to have a very large omelette when this is finished. So next up, we can see chili. We have a chili in this box here, right? Which means it can't appear again in this box. But do we have a chili in this row, column, sorry, I should say, in this column here yet? And it appears we do not have a chili there. And so the chili can't go in here, so the chili has to go there because it's blocked from this square here. And that leaves us only one, right? Only one thing to do in that column now. So let's look through our, I mean, if this were numbers, we would count through the numbers. But we don't have numbers. We have items of food, and so we have to look through our series here to see what's missing. Which one is missing? Is it baby corn? I believe it is. I think it's baby corn. So let's put that in now. Okay. The puzzle is getting done. Okay, so here's a bit of forward thinking. So sometimes you have to imagine a little bit of ahead of time. Okay, so we are going to consider the mushroom. Do you consider the mushroom often? Is it something you think about? I hope so. Now let's see. We don't yet have a mushroom in this segment up here, right? But first up, we can see this mushroom by itself blocking everything in that row. So these three are out immediately. Okay. Now we have a mushroom here, which is blocking this here, but that square is already blocked by that mushroom, so it doesn't mean anything, does it? But when we consider this segment, we'll see that the mushroom blocks this square, and so therefore the mushroom must appear somewhere along here, right? And when it does, we know that it's going to block those two squares later on. So if we consider this mushroom blocks 3 squares here, and later we will put a mushroom either here or here, and it will block those 2 squares, that leaves us just with that space there to place a mushroom. Let's look for baby corn. In this segment up here, can you see where the baby corn will go? Have a look at it. Do you see that we have baby corn here blocking this square, right? This will block here. We have baby corn down here which will block up this column, so that square's out. We have baby corn here blocking that square there. So that's the only space where we can place baby corn. So let's put it in. This baby corn here blocks along this column. This is irrelevant, and this blocks here, this one blocks here, oops. And so there's just one space left to put baby corn. I see a pattern of eggs now in the top left. This egg here blocks everything along this row, in other words these 2 squares. And there's an egg down here which is just about falling out of its square, but anyway it's still basically in there, blocking this square and this square, right, because it's in that row, a column. I keep saying row when I mean column, you know what I mean. So there is only one space where the egg can go, there, if it doesn't roll off. Do you notice the chili pepper in this square? We don't yet have chili pepper in that segment, but we have one here, and that's blocking this square and this square. So guess what? We can put chili pepper over there. I'm not sure if this is a good idea to touch the chili peppers and then touch the cookies after. I'm going to have a hot snack later. I think it's time to look for the cookie in the central section here. I see this cookie blocks these 3 squares. This cookie blocks that square. So no, 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 no. Yes, cookie goes there. This column here has 2 empty squares. So if we look for the object that's missing, what do you think it is? Have a look, see if you can find it. Well, one of the missing objects is a mushroom, right? But we can see that this mushroom here is quite close to that square. It's in the same row as that square there, and so won't allow us to put the mushroom there. So mushroom has got to appear there. And that leaves us with only one number left to find there. One object, I should say, of course. I normally play Sudoku. One object to find. So what is the missing object? We have to look through the things that we've got. Of course, when we have numbers, it's easier to see, and that's why we use numbers in Sudoku, because it's just easy to remember 1 to 9. It's more difficult to remember these items of food, unless you use the same thing every time, I suppose. Okay, so it's garlic, isn't it? Let's place our garlic at the end. Okay, doing quite well. Because this baby corn blocks these 2 squares, and this baby corn blocks this square. So in we go. This row has 2 empty squares. 2 things are missing. So if we try to find out what they are, easier. I don't see an egg, right? There's no egg in that row there. But there is an egg already in this segment. So can we put an egg here? No, because we can only have one egg per 9 squares here, so the egg's got to come in this location here. Try not to break it. So what is the last remaining item in this row? It's a cookie, I believe. Okay. And now that we've placed that cookie, we can notice that it blocks these 2 squares down here, and we don't yet have a cookie in this segment, right? So that's the only free space now where we can place a cookie. The cookie in this row here blocks these 2 squares, so just one place left for a cookie there. And now there are just 2 squares missing in this row. Okay, so let's see what we don't yet have. Well, there's definitely no lime in this row yet, but we have a lime here, and we also have a lime here. So there are 2 ways in which this is blocked from being a lime, but we can place a lime over there. So what's the last object in this row? It's a mushroom. We don't yet have a mushroom, right? So let's put one in. I can't see any more mushrooms on my collection here, so that probably means this is the last mushroom. So let's just check and see where we are missing. So we have a mushroom, one, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, no. We have one here. So this is the last remaining segment without a mushroom. So when there is one left, remember, we can always find where it goes. This mushroom blocks this square, so we can fit that one in like so. There's only one item missing here now. What's the missing item? It's a lime. We don't yet have a lime. There we go. 2 items missing in this square here. We don't yet have an egg. I see this egg which is trying to escape intersects this square here. Let's put it back. Okay, and let's put another egg in here. Still managing not to break any eggs so far. I did break one before I started, but... And so what's left in that segment? It's a chili. There we go. Okay, mostly done now. Always look for things like this, where you can just see one missing element. That's the one you should try to find next. So what's missing here? It's a tangerine, a baby tangerine. These are tiny, these tangerines, really small. Okay, let's notice this, this column here has 2 items missing. And what are they? Let's see. This is more difficult than using numbers, of course. Ah, I've seen something different. Let's change tack. So this is something we do in Sudoku as well. Is sometimes you're looking at something but you see something else. So that's fine, just go off and do that immediately. This garlic here blocks along this row here, and we don't yet have garlic in this segment, so we can put garlic in there. There are 2 items missing in this column here. One of them is chili, I notice. We have an intersecting chili here along this bottom row, so chili can't appear here. Chili has to be here. Now from my collection of objects, I believe there's only one more missing chili. So where is it? Do we have one here? Yes, 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 no, yes, yes, yes. So remember, when there is only one more item to get, when you're playing regular Sudoku, only one more number to get, we can always place it. So where does it go? This one blocks this square, this chili blocks this square, so that's the place for our last chili pepper. Okay, in this row here, we don't yet have a lime, but there is a lime in this box, which means lime can't go here, so lime has to appear in that section there, that square there I should say. There's only one more item to get in this top corner. It's a tomato. In this section here, there are two empty squares, and one of them has got to be a tomato, but this tomato we just placed actually blocks this square, so that square there has to be a tomato. Only one item to place in this box now. And what is it? It's a tangerine, baby tangerine. One item in this column. What could it be? It's much easier with numbers. It's a tomato. Okay. And I notice immediately that we don't yet have a tomato in this segment here. And I think we're on for the last tomato. We have them in every other place, every other segment, so we'll put this last tomato in. There's only one square left here now. It's a tangerine that's missing. In this column here, there's only one more missing item. It's a lime. Okay, and I do believe we have only one more lime to get. So let's see, one lime here, yes, 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 yes. So here we don't yet have a lime. We've got this one to place, and we can see that this lime blocks that square there. So the lime must go there. One more item to place there. It's a cookie. Okay, almost finished the puzzle now. If we look down this column and see what's missing, we'll find it's an egg. But that is actually our last egg because we have eggs in every other place. So let's place an egg here, like so. Almost finished the puzzle now, just 4 squares left to get. We must be able to solve it. Have I made a mistake? Not sure. But anyway, this cookie blocks here, and that's our last cookie, right? Okay. Oh, I've got another garlic still. I've just noticed. Right, missing here is garlic. I still have one from up here. It's a place. Okay. Missing along here. Now we've only got garlic and orange. We can quickly say this. See this tangerine blocks here. Tangerine goes here. The garlic blocks here, so the garlic goes here. And guess what? That's our Foodoku puzzle complete, with the exception of eating the cookies. Okay, thanks for watching Foodoku. Please subscribe to this channel. We're going to hopefully have some more fun Sudoku related items coming soon. Hope to see you again, so subscribe and join me again next time. Thank you, bye bye.